All right. So, we talk about the professional daters, right? Out of all the women you've been on a date on, what percentage of them would you argue were the professional dater type?
You mean
I guess I'm.
historically,
I
like right
No,
no.
now?
Okay, go
just
ahead.
your personal experience historically and your own personal experience, like all the women you dated. What percentage of them would you say that you ran into was like, yeah, she the professional dating type. She ain't really here for.
I'm a slut, so I'm probably a bad percentage. It's a low percentage,
Hey, if they
but
smash it, don't. If they smash, that means they don't fall in that category.
yeah.
So
No, I
just,
mean,
just
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I've
But they
been.
still professional daters though. Just because you
the,
hit don't mean they're not
no,
professional.
I would argue that a professional dater does it with the intentions of giving the least amount of anything and getting the most out of it. So she's only there. So if I was to define it, she's literally only there for the experience. She don't give a damn. She don't want to. She don't want to deal with you. She don't care about you. All she's there for is you taking her helicopter riding, and she's going home.
Those are the ones you
Well,
super
it's not a
thirsty
high
over.
percentage.
Yeah.
It's not a high percentage for me, Sweeney, but it's enough that I remember the shit. You know, and so they mentioned LA in the video. You got it's scrolling, call them professional, but we call them serial daters out here. You got serial entrepreneurs, you got serial daters. And as soon as I watched the video, like three women popped up in my head that I know are friends, are like that are serial daters. And it's funny because I was goofball Jamal 30 years ago, as Sean called him. I was literally the goofball Jamal dude. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here where I am now, trying to protect some of these dudes to avoid some of the issues. But to your question, what's the percentage? Was extremely low, but it's enough that it was like, damn, nigga got played. So the thing is that the only issue that I have is like somebody says, it's all is fair in love and war, but the war doesn't end well for women. And men looking to be married get married. Women looking to be married get lucky. And so if you're talking about me being women that's my age, that's upper 40s in the 50s, I remember when they were serial date or professional daters 30 years ago, back in the 90s. And I'm looking at them today and it didn't fare well for them. Whereas the guys that
Mm.
potentially got played or the guys that was kind of like fucked over or was used or whatever, it typically works out for him eventually. Something working. His happiness comes to fruition over time or later on, but hers now it's like, damn. I'm looking at him. I'm like, that's where Kevin used to say, "Hey, big head." That's where the "Hey, big head"
Hmm.
text come. That's where that's where the girls send you guys a message. "Hey, I was just thinking about you. What you doing?" And it's like, what? Hold on. You wasn't sending that. You had no interest 30 years ago, or 25 years ago, or 20 or 10 or 15 years ago. All of a sudden, you checking for a brother now. Well, where was all them serial dating that you was doing a long time ago? How did that work out for you? And it typically don't work out for her. And so the argument today is women are saying there's no good men and all this other kind of stuff. And we're simply saying you squandered your best opportunities to go out and get a bunch of dinners when you should have been out there, using that time to find somebody that really loves you. So, Sweeney, my percentage is low, but it's enough that I'm remembering like, damn, I can't believe that I got played. I was a sucker. I was a beta male. I was, not a beta male, but I got fucking, I was simping heavy, trying to get some pussy, doing shit that I shouldn't have been doing to try to get some pussy, and then knowing, and then later finding out that I'm doing all the guys that y'all talking about was me. I was a nigga at the dinner paying for all this shit, doing all this extra shit, and then finding out later that she went to go fuck that nigga that did nothing for it. So, I hope that answers your
Sorry,
question.
sorry, Shannon.
So yeah, sorry, Shan. But real talk though, real talk. We've all simped. So I don't care what nobody say on this panel. You can sit there and lie and say fake whatever. I've simped. Shan simped. We've all been in a position to where we've simped. We've all been in a position to where at some point in time your mama raised you to be super, super nice. Super duper like, oh, I'm gonna open the door. Oh, I got you flowers, and be the man that your mama wanted you to be, but not be the player that the woman needed So, to be honest, but no, I think Shan hit it around the head. You know, I didn't even talk about the other wave of women that came before. You know, that's in their early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, going into their early 40s, that are still single. No, they asses have been out here serial dating their asses off, and it hasn't fared well for them. And the funny thing about it is that their bodies aren't the same. Their body count is, yeah, through the roof. Like when they bring that check or the bill and it just keeps scrolling and going down and going down, it's like that. And they're literally sitting around dumbfounded, still trying to figure out, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get a good guy? Why can't I? It's because you was knocking down all the ball players and drug dealers all through your 20s and your early 30s that were situationships that you didn't have no real relationships. You probably at 40 years old and still ain't had no real relationship. And you still don't get it. Ass still a little fat, titty still holding up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you're still not, I mean, you gonna get some. Niggas gonna talk to you, niggas gonna holler at you, but you're not who you were. And you still think you are in here and in here, and you can't face facts. And you still try to go for those same guys. Still trying to go for those same guys. But those guys are curbing you now because you're not the hot shit no more. They're going for the 23-year-olds, the 25-year-olds, the ones that's hot right now. The little Ice Spices out here shaking their ass, doing their thing. They going for that. You ain't that no more. Your time is past. So you need to sit your ass down and figure out what you really want. And the funny thing is, kind of like what Kev said about, hey, big head, they go back to them dudes that they did dirty. They go back to them dudes that they played to the side and say, hey, big head, how you been? It's been a long time. I see you doing well. You looking good. I like how your beard's doing or whatever, you know, all that shit. Oh, you got the salt and pepper thing going. You looking fine. It's like, come on now. Come on now. I wanted your
looking
pussy,
for that cleanup man.
15.
They want a cleanup man.
Clean up, man. I wanted that pussy 10, 15 years ago. You know, about 50, 60 bodies ago. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I'm sorry,
but keep it a bean though, be mad. Sometimes we will retro fuck though, just on GP. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. Sometimes it's like, you know what? I've been wanting to get you since I was 20. Let me go ahead and real fast and send you on your way. You're welcome.
But you know what the problem with that is?
Like, uh-oh.
You know the problem with that is? Females they can't distinguish the difference between sexual attention and somebody actually want to court you for a long-term relationship. It's two different things. So the girl could be all the way up in her 40s. She can have a couple kids, all that. We still gonna knock it down. It is what it is. But it's a flyby. It's not going to be anything that we're going to want to stay, right? Their job is to retain. It's our job to obtain. It's their job to retain. And they don't have that same type of retention when their body not snapping like that, when they've been through all of these different dudes and picked up all this different baggage. Now you got kids. All of these situationships did not prepare you for a long-term relationship. It prepared you for you to perpetually have more situationships. That's all that you're going to get out of it. So they don't know the difference, though. They just see a man pursuing them, and we all look the same when we approach them, right? Because we're not going to be like, oh, I'm just trying to smash. Nobody comes like that. We're always going to approach them like we really digging them and we want to hang out. I mean, if you have to, you know what I mean? But it doesn't even matter, especially if they like you. They don't even care how you coming. They just care that you come. And that's it. But they won't have that same type of value because, like you said, be mad. Them 23-year-olds, it's hit different now.